if we look at our continent, look at the opportunities, we're better together than working against each other. The biggest part of what sets us apart is politics and politicians. The entrepreneurs of this continent can rewrite the African story because we can make the difference. We speak commercial language. They speak political language. The two don't mix. And the reason I want to share this is it's important because the makeup of what we are as an entity today could not have been at the scale we are without Standard Bank. And that's a South African institution. So when we see this politics playing with MTN, Nigeria, and South Africa, I want us as the entrepreneurs to step back. Take a commercial view in driving sensible decisions. And we're the only ones that could advise to change those markups to making the difference. So the makeup today, if you look at it, is OML 30 is the single largest onshore field sub-Saharan Africa. I have 2.5 TCF of gas. So I'll give you in quantifying terms. I've got enough gas to power half of Nigeria for 52 years. Today, we're producing 78,000 barrels a day of oil, and we're setting up a gas processing plant for the domestic market. It just tells you what that support base of Standard Bank started. Now, it was a year and a half after, sitting with my friend, and he smiled. And he said to me, Kola, I now want to say thank you, because your transaction made us the most money on a single transaction ever. It's amazing, the beauty of it, because it's worked out well. But when you ask me what made it work out, it was the commitment by 2 friends and 2 institutions. The focus and dedication by people wanting to see something happen. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to say yes. After all, they're global, much larger corporations in Southern Africa. They could have supported. By this time, the single largest obligation they have as a single obligor was $400 million to a big South African giant. So you can imagine the pride and the gusto that I have when I speak about what South Africa can be and can do on the continent of Africa with the infrastructure and financial structure you have in place. You could be that leading light on the continent of Africa that will help germinate that growth on the continent that could create so many mini-me right across 54 countries on this continent. Well, as I was saying, success, it's not easy, but learn how to fail, because we did. It wasn't all easy, but we stuck at it with committed gusto, with focus, because we had no choice. Today, we've had missed opportunities as well. The biggest one was MTN Nigeria. In 2001, when they came to Nigeria, we were one of the families they called to a meeting to give a presentation. I sat in this meeting and the guy said, we will break even. Now, let me give you a context. 2001, Nigeria had only 500,000 telephone lines. Population about 120, 130 million people. So when they had these global consultants coming to do the evaluation of mobile telephony in Nigeria, that's what they were presenting to us. Yes, we saw it was going to be viable, but what put me off is we're going to break even in year 7. I said, no, thank you. God help me. What a mistake. A good friend of mine put in $3 million He came back to me and said, Kola, come on, put up $1.5 million. I said, no, 7 years, I could, you know how many exports I could do with that money? Forget it. What a mistake. By 2007, when we went back now to invest in MTN, the same dollar share we bought at $24. The same dollar share. So that's one of our missed opportunities. But as an entrepreneur, expect it. You cannot win all the time. This is one language, but something that I took away from that. It's always good to listen to your instincts, but also don't know it all as an entrepreneur. Sometimes there's basic facts that comes out of consultancies. Because when I go back to think about what they presented, they were only working it based on the curve of where Nigeria was in 2001. And they calculated by 2010, we will have 15 million lines. God help me. By Christmas of that year, Nigeria had 3.2 million lines. The business broke even year one. Missed opportunities.